Do you have an accurate plant model that identifies your physical assets? Do you know your obsolescence risk? What if a line goes down? Do you have the parts you need to get it back online quickly? Do you know what Rockwell software is running on your computers and whether you have support for these software packages? If you answered no to any of these questions, you need a Rockwell Automation Installed Base Evaluation. An Installed Base Evaluation, or IBE, helps you develop and support an effective strategic maintenance plan by providing you with actionable intelligence. There are 3 steps to an IBE: collecting production-specific data on site, processing and analyzing that data, then delivering detailed reports and recommendations that can help you optimize your installed base and inventory levels. Here's what an IBE might look like for a typical tire manufacturing plant. During data collection, a Rockwell Automation field service engineer uses a custom-built data collection application to gather detailed plant asset information. The Rockwell Automation engineer creates a hierarchy which is specific to that facility by mapping assets to production priorities and using terminology and plant descriptions that are important to you. Building by building, zone by zone, we go through every aspect of your production processes to capture relevant installed base and spare part data, including environmental conditions, the number of operating hours per process, and part catalog numbers. Rockwell Automation has invested in the tools and software needed to collect and analyze this kind of data efficiently. We use these tools to collect data on every asset so you and your staff can focus on running your plant. Our IBE analysts compare the collected data to our master database, which contains information and attributes for more than 3 million Rockwell Automation and third-party products. Using specially designed algorithms, mean time between failure rates, and variable operating hours by production process, we calculate recommended inventory investment levels and generate a series of reports that can be sorted according to highest risk. Finally, a Rockwell Automation IBE specialist will meet with you to present our recommendations and share the interactive reporting tools. Let's look at 3 examples. The Inventory Analysis Report gives an overview of what's installed and what's in the storeroom. This customer's total inventory has been valued at just over $435,000. 71% of that is their installed base, and 29% is in their storeroom. A closer look at the storeroom inventory tells us that they have 32% classified as active spares, which directly support the installed base. 40% classified as excessive active spares, which is more than what they need based on our findings, and 28% classified as inactive spares, which were found in the storeroom but not in the installed base. Next, we'll look at how the $40,885 classified as active spares compares to our recommendation to pinpoint where there is a lack of critical spares. Looking at this customer's entire installed base, our spares recommendation is approximately $85,000. But the good news is that this customer has $40,885 classified as active spares, which comprises 48% of our recommendation, which means this customer would need to invest $45,000 to bring inventory levels up to where they should be, so they can minimize any unplanned downtime. So how do they know how to most effectively invest their money? Our inventory analysis spreadsheet shows the information we collected in this customer's facility. This includes part number, lifecycle status, description, installed quantity, storeroom quantity, recommended spares, and all relevant list pricing. It can be filtered to show parts running in production, parts without enough spares, or parts that exceed Rockwell Automation's recommended level of spares and may be an unnecessary additional carrying cost to the company. This can also be sorted to show the highest possible risk, parts that are installed in the facility but have no spares in the storeroom and have been discontinued. Our detailed product location report will show where these parts are located throughout the facility. This allows the customer to understand exactly where in the plant the parts are installed and even determine the specific location of all the discontinued parts. Our second example shows the results and reports for the lifecycle analysis of an IBE. We start by reviewing the status of your Rockwell Automation products, those that are active, the most current Rockwell Automation products, those labeled active mature, products that are fully supported but a newer product or product family exists, end of life, the product's discontinued date has been announced and it's time to actively execute migrations and last-time buys. and those labeled discontinued, products that are no longer manufactured, but repair or exchange services may be available. Our analysts have identified 34 parts, or 18%, of this customer's installed base as being discontinued. Our product by location report identifies which locations and machines have the highest level of end-of-life and discontinued products. In this example, Control Room 7 has the highest risk, but our customer knows that main floor 6A is more critical to production. Now they will make sure that they have enough spares to cover the machines on main floor 6A. Next, we'll look at the migration planning worksheet to classify the largest areas of risk and to develop a risk mitigation strategy for main floor 6A. This data can be sorted to show part location, manufacturer, part number, installed quantity, spares availability, life cycle status, and so on. Viewing information this way helps to prioritize where and how to invest your inventory budget. You'll also want to understand the software ramifications of updating your controllers. Do you know what software you have in your facility and if you have support for that software? The software inventory evaluation can show you the Rockwell software you're running in your facility, how many installs you're licensed for, and whether you have support for those licenses. A Rockwell Automation installed base evaluation gives you valuable insight into your facility's inventory levels. It allows you to catalog and locate every spare part in your facility so you can identify the critical spares, as well as the life cycle status for every part. This information is essential for optimizing inventory levels, lowering inventory costs, reducing downtime, and improving your strategic maintenance plan. Don't wait until it's too late. Talk to a Rockwell Automation representative today to schedule an installed base evaluation.